Hey, how are you? I'm SliceofOtaku, and you can't talk about the Wanted special without mentioning Pink Lars, and that's exactly what we're gonna be doing in this video. So yeah, Lars died, and his hair was covering half of his face, but when he was revived, it revealed a scar. So did he have an open gash, an open wound on that side of his face? Whatever the case may be, that's an interesting way to make a scene a bit more dark, but at the same time stay within the confines of children's programming. But Lars is now a member of the undead as he was revived by Steven's healing tears, which have suddenly awoken. And because of this, Lars now has powers of his own. His hair may now become a portal in which others can enter, which to me is a bit strange because he doesn't have all that much hair to the point where I'd expect a gem like fluorite to be able to enter freely. And so I'm curious how this will be utilized in the future. Will Lars have to grow more hair to make his portal more accessible? And now that Lars has these abilities and has his connection to Lion, which we can now infer that Lion's origins are related to his own death and Rose revitalizing him with her tears. But yeah, now that we have these two options, why would you choose Lars over Lion? And I was asking myself this the entire time. From the moment I saw the leaks, I was just like, okay, Lars is similar to Lion now, but why would you pick Lars over Lion? Or not even just that, but beyond being a plot device, what purpose can Lars now serve that Lion does not already? Well, when Steven went back to Earth after entering Lars's head, he approached Lion and realized that Lion had to have been dead at one point. And Steven states that there are so many questions that he would love to ask, but unfortunately, there is a communication barrier between the two of them. But now that there is a connection between Lars and Lion, what if Lars can fulfill that purpose? What if he can communicate with Lion and understand him? I mean, the sheer amount of information we could gain from that is so substantial. And also, I don't see why Lars would not be able to open portals by shouting. Maybe he has to do a different process, but I do think that he will definitely have this power. But considering the story aims to keep this group on Homeworld for a bit longer, I don't expect them to immediately utilize this until they decide that it's time to go. And I mean, Lars can do it. That kid has some lungs, because when Steven possessed his body and he just freaked out, he was loud. And I know that a ton of people were anticipating a Lars and Steven fusion. Stars. And I want to know if you guys are disappointed or not, or if you're just a-okay. Because for me, I didn't really care about stars from the beginning, and at that specific point in time, it was completely unnecessary. Because when it comes to Stevani and combat, they combine Steven's prowess with a shield and Connie's skill with a sword. And so in that regard, they're just straight up better together. But before Lars was pink, Steven fusing with him would be almost a hindrance. Lars was cowardly and they're not baking cakes on Homeworld. But now a fusion would be pretty dope, and I don't expect it to come anytime soon, if at all. But if it did, at least now they'd have powers and Lars isn't as much of a pushover as he once was. And based on how things were going in both the episodes Off Colors and Lars's Head, I think that Lars is slowly shaping up to be the leader of the off-color gems, and that would be pretty cool, so I'd love to see that. But I really hope that you loved this video and loved it enough to subscribe. I mean, this Wanted special really gave us a lot to cover. There is so much to talk about, but if there's anything in particular that you want me to cover, you can hit me up all over the place in the comments, private messages, Twitter DMs, Instagram, Tumblr, Discord. You can find me on all these things just by typing in SliceofOtaku. And most times I'm in Swaggy Thunder's Discord server, so just hop in and say hello. Whatever it may be, I hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.